What's up, y'all? Marcus Fraser from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. I just sat here and it's extra cold. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you could, please hit the like button, subscribe button, notification button, as always. And today we're going to be going into episode 2 of the New Life series. But first of all, before we get into that, let me apologize for not having a video last week, or not even having as much content last week. It's been a very busy schedule lately, and then going towards the end of the school year, teacher burnout is real. I mean, beyond real. We is tired. Our kids are tired. We're tired. I teach seniors, so I know they are ready to graduate. I'm ready to see them graduate, a whole 9 yards. But nonetheless, I always need to try my best to keep up with the 3 videos per week. I know sometimes you guys might get more than 3 videos, but as a reminder, you're typically going to get 3 videos from me. You're going to get a video on Tuesdays, which is a regular Teachable Tuesdays series episode. You're going to video Thursday, it could be something random. And then Saturday is going to be the Long Car Ride Chronicles. So at minimum, I need to try to do my best to make sure I get you guys 3 videos a week. If I can get you more than 3 videos a week, like this week, you actually are going to have a minimum of 4. You might have more, we'll see. That's going to be a blessing. So anything extra is a blessing, but 3 videos for sure. So I told you guys that episode 2 was going to focus on my past. Now, I've talked to you guys about my past before. You might be wondering, well, Marcus, if it's new life, why are you talking about your past? Because in order to move towards the future, you have to be willing to acknowledge the past. This is going to be a chance for me to get a little personal about what my past was like, what it was like for me growing up, some of the biggest lessons that I've learned, and so on and so forth. If the video gets a little bit too long, I'm going to try not to get it past 10 minutes, but if it does, I'll probably do a part 2. And then once we're done with that, we'll go on and move on to other endeavors in current life and so on and so forth. So for those who don't know me, or you're new to the channel, I was originally born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland, born in Mercy Hospital, April 5th, 1991. Can't remember the time exactly. I know it was sometime in the evening, but whatever. But yeah, born and raised in Baltimore, had a pretty good life. Started off living with my parents, my mom and dad. Eventually, they split up. They were never married. Things didn't work out. Life happens. Ended up staying with my grandmother for a few years until my mom got married to my stepdad, and lived with them, of course, obviously, until I graduated from high school and started going to Cookman. Both parents, very active in my life. My dad was always active in my life. I mean, he was there from every step of the way, from pre-K graduation to kindergarten graduation to elementary, middle school, high school, and even college graduation. You know what I'm saying? So dad has definitely played a big role in my life. You know, it wasn't one of those things where the parents split up and, you know, one parent wasn't active. Nah, my dad was definitely hands-on all the way. Saw him every other weekend. I spent time with him and spent time with my grandparents on my dad's side. Stepmom and stepdad were very active in my life too. I met my stepmom when I was 6 years old, and they got married when I was 11. I met my stepdad at 8, and they got married when I was 9. So my stepparents have definitely been a huge influence in my life as well, and they've been actively in my life all the way. You know what I'm saying? The road hasn't always been easy per se with my step-parents. Go figure, you know what I'm saying? When it's not your biological parents, it takes adjusting. You have different trials and tribulations, but I have grown to appreciate them even more. Not saying I didn't appreciate them before, but even more as I've gotten older, you know what I'm saying? So school life for me was pretty good. I mean, growing up as a kid, I wasn't necessarily a bad kid, but I did stupid things as a kid. I had my moments. I want to say my worst moment probably was between 3rd and 4th grade. That was my Marcus bad era. I didn't do nothing in class. I didn't feel like doing schoolwork. I threw temper tantrums, broke pencils, threw papers around, broke stuff. In 3rd grade, I spit on the teacher. Yeah, I think I might have told you that story on this channel before, but for my new viewers, yes, I spit on the teacher when I was in 3rd grade, got the black beat off me as soon as I got home by both my mama and my grandmother. Woo, that was not fun. Not fun at all. Probably worst whooping I ever got in my life, and probably saved my life in different aspects as well. It was so bad, y'all. I got a whooping from my mama, my grandmama, got suspended from school, and went over my grandparents. And normally when I go over my grandparents' house, Pop and Grandma, may they rest in peace. It was all good, you know what I'm saying? All good in the hood, if you will, like they say. And, I'm just chilling, playing video games. My grandfather literally told me on the phone, when you come over here for these 3 days that you are suspended, you ain't doing nothing but looking at a wall and reading a book. And if I catch you doing anything else, it's going to be a problem. That's how I knew it was bad. Because I could get in minor trouble at home. And I go to my grandparents' house. They give me a talking to. And, I'm still good to go to do whatever. That's how I knew that crap was real. Woo! Yeah, that was not a fun 3 days. But I think that was also the first time I ever got a whooping from my grandfather. The first and only time. And it's not even so much that whooping hurt. It was just, I didn't expect those two. You know what I'm saying? Nana was a different story. Nana didn't, she ain't play. You know how some parents and grandparents, especially Black and Hispanic grandparents, they would, you go around the corner, they throw that shoe, or I forgot what they called it in Spanish. It's for sandal. Oh, I can't think of it right now. Somebody drop it in the comments and let me know. But you think it wouldn't hit you and it'd be a boomerang and hit you, and you like, how? That's how my Nana was, right? So I didn't expect my grandparents to ever put their hands on me. I got some at my grandfather one time, and I think it was more of a pride thing. Like, that hurt, not physically, but dang, you know what I'm saying? So, but overall, growing up was a pretty pleasant experience. I mean, I'm not gonna say I had everything I wanted, but I definitely, I didn't have a need for anything, truth be told. I didn't grow up poor. I was very much middle class. A lot of people, that are on YouTube, some of them have grown up in pretty harsh conditions and they got it from the mud. I'm not one of those type of people that had to get it from the mud in terms of how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? My parents, they were in good standings. I mean, again, they didn't have everything they wanted. We didn't have everything we wanted, but we always had everything we needed. Always had a home-cooked meal. I was always involved in some form of activity. I mean, I was in Boy Scouts. I was in a few sports as a young kid. Sports wasn't really my thing. I didn't really get heavily involved into extracurricular activities until I was in high school and I joined band. And shout out to my cousin Lamont. I saw him marching in a community marching band called the Marching Rebels in Baltimore. And that inspired me to, in the combination of the fact that he said he was going to march for Morgan State when he got accepted, Morgan State University, that inspired me to want to start doing marching band in high school. He was a percussionist. So I honestly, me doing my years of high school marching band and my times of doing marching band at the Great Bethune-Cookman University was really inspired by him. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have did marching band. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, he was a heavy influence. So big ups to Lamont. Shout out to you, bro. My siblings. I am the oldest of a total of 4. Well, 5 of us actually. I have 2 little brothers, 2 little sisters. One of my little brothers is 29. Yeah, he's 29. My little sister's 24. And then I have another little twin brother and sister that are 17, and they will be 18 this year, and they will be seniors in high school as they're recording this video in a couple months, which is freaking hard to believe, because I remember holding them little maggots in my arm when they were born for the first time ever, and now them jits about to be seniors, like get ready to go to college. Like, bruh, where the heck is time gone? Like, I know I've only had this channel for 4 years, but my gosh, if you think about the overall duration, and longtime viewers will know that I started off Teachable Tuesdays on my Facebook page, and this was back in 2015. So you got to think in 2015, them little jits was like, what, doing the math right, about 8 years old. Now they about to be 18. Like, slow the heck down, please. But, growing up with my siblings was really cool. Me and my brother, we used to always fight a lot because we were so close to age. My other siblings, we didn't really fight as often because me and my little sister Rochelle were like about 9-10 years apart. And then, of course, me, Colin Kennedy, the youngest ones, the twins, we are about 16 and a half years apart. So, go figure, right? I went to Baltimore City College High School. I went to Glenmount Elementary Middle School. And when I got to high school, I went to Baltimore City College High School. The best high school in Baltimore City. Don't debate me. I know somebody from Poly gonna look at this video and be like, I think otherwise. Nah, you can think otherwise over there. City night, city forever. You already know what time it is. And just my upbringing at City had great people that supported me. I mean, I had amazing teachers. I can think of some off Miss Smart Smith, Mr. Smith, or should I say Dr. Smith now, Mr. Miazga, Miss Armenti. I mean, those are just very few. Mr. Petrides, very few, far in between that, you know, inspired me to become an educator. Hence the shirt you see, Black Educators Matter. I never thought in a million years I would actually be a teacher, but those are the individuals that inspired me to become an educator, if you will, right? I can't forget about Mr. Gallup, R.I.P. Gallup. Can't forget about him. Had a huge influence. That man used to clown me for days. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole nother story. I think I talked about on this channel before. Rest in peace to Mr. Gallup, of course. Mr. Child, shout out to him. He had a huge influence as well. I mean, he didn't come along until my senior year, but still, he gave me some very, very well-rounded advice about attending an HBCU, because he went to HBCU. He graduated from Howard University, and I think he started going. I think he went to Howard in what, 99. So he, Mr. Child, is about 10 years on me. So it's funny how you don't really find like the age of these your teachers and stuff until like you graduate, and you realize some of them, like, you ain't even old, bro. Like my teacher, Dr. Smith, he was my African American studies teacher. He, I think Dr. Smith is only what, maybe 7, 8 years older than me. I think he's around my aunt's age, yeah. Because I think he graduated in 02. Dr. Smith, if you watch this, correct me if I'm wrong. And I think that's the same year my Aunt Barbara graduated. Well, my Aunt Barbara also went to Sydney, funny enough. So a lot of influences about where I went to high school and things that I did came from a lot of my family members. Aunt Barbara, she was also in the marching band at City while she was there. I think I don't know how many years she did, but she was there around the time when Baltimore City College High School was at its peak, the marching band, of course. And I mean, you talking about them going to nationals, which at the time being was in Atlanta. I wonder if it's still in Atlanta. I don't know. Somebody leave a comment and let me know. But that was around the time where City was just cranking on everybody, not just in Baltimore, but in Maryland. Like, we had literally the best show style marching band in the state of Maryland. Like, I kid you not. And that continued for some years. Even, you know, my freshman year while I was there, we still had one of the best marching bands in Maryland. So, what else? I was a Boy Scout, of course. That influenced a lot of my being in touch with nature and understanding a lot of hands-on things, if you will, right? And I don't know, just so much I want to talk about, but this video has gone on a little too long, so I apologize. I know you're probably listening to it in the background and you're like, Marcus, well, tell us more, and I will, but I don't want this video to drag on way too long. You know what I'm saying? This is not a long car ride chronicles where the video can be 16, 17 to 30, 40 minutes. No, this is just a standard traditional Teachable Tuesdays video. So tell you what we're going to do is we're going to come back with a part 2. The part 2 will actually drop next Tuesday. So make sure you come back. Make sure you stay tuned for part 2. And we're going to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you more about my childhood, more about my past. I'll probably get into some college stories as well, some things that helped shape me. I'm going to talk about my music, you know, because I am a hip-hop artist, and more. So without further ado, I just want to thank you for your time. This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys soon.